ruining your dreams. Let's just say that.
But I do believe there's a good chance he still sticks with Ohio State. I also will say I am not surprised by this news. I remember when Jeremiah Smith was, before he signed his letter of intent to Ohio State, he said, and because Miami was pushing for him, and he said, as long as Ryan Day and Brian Hartline are at Ohio State, I'm going to Columbus. With that being said, when you have a kid that's, he's seen as I don't know if you can say he's generational, but you see it like the stupid talent he has. I can understand why he would look towards Oregon or USC a little bit more when Brian Hartline leaves, because you expected to be there with him. I also look, man. I don't know how many times I can say this, Mike. It's in a time like in days like this where people think it's all about money, where these kids are going. These kids like to go places because where these coaches are, and Penn State is example A. So and Virginia Tech is example B. So what's your thoughts on this Chris Henry news? Where do you think he's going to end up at? Or just talk to me.
Man, it's hard for me to worry about it because it's this young man's future, and I can't criticize him like you said earlier. He said as long as Hartline is at Ohio State, that's where he's going to be. Hartline is not at Ohio State, so I mean, if he decides to go somewhere else, shout out to him. Caden Dixon Wyatt didn't stick, and I said I wish him nothing but the best. So that's just how I look at it as, man. If he sticks, he sticks. And I feel like if he sticks, he's gonna realize, like, dang, Hartline was great, but it's not just Hartline here at Ohio State. Like, that's why Ryan Day was explaining to people. This is not like this program is bigger than one man. Brian Hartline is not bigger than the Block O. Ryan Day is not bigger than the Block O. Jim Knowles damn sure found out he is not bigger than the Block O. Nobody in the country right now, not even damn Kirby Smart, is bigger than the Block O. Nobody will ever be bigger than the Block O. And this is how Ohio State has kept the consistency that it has had. Flat out.
Mike, I got nothing to add to that. What you said was spot on. Now let's get to the funniest news of the day for Ohio State. Legend Bay. If you guys aren't aware of what happened, I'm gonna sum it up for you. Legend Bay wants to be at Ohio State. He definitely wants to be a Buckeye. If you guys want to see what his signing day looked like, oh buddy, it's just hilarious to see this. This is it right here. This is Legend Bay getting ready to sign with Ohio State. Now, why didn't he? His mom didn't want him to. And Legend Bay allegedly, let's say allegedly. Allegedly, she didn't want him to. And he's 17 years old, so he can't sign for himself. And allegedly, she would not sign it if he picked Ohio State. Now, this was reported, I think, was it 11 Warriors? There's still a chance that he will come to Ohio State. In 3 weeks, it is his birthday, which is when he will turn 18 years old. And then you would essentially have to go the Julian Sand route. But Mike, what are your thoughts on this alleged news? Because when you look at this picture, when you look at this photo, Mike, there are Ohio State cupcakes. There's Ohio State balloons. He's wearing black, white, and scarlet and red shoes. You see the photos right there. Mike, right behind him, it says Ohio State.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I said about Chris Henry, man, it is these kids' future, and this kind of reminds me of I remember watching a recruiting video, and a kid picked a different school, and just the mom
Was
walking
it the
off,
was
and
it the it was Bama?
yeah, it was between like Bama and LSU or
Yeah,
whatever. She wanted him to go like I think LSU. He picked Bama or something. And she walks off, and it's just it's really sad. You know,
it's
uh,
allegedly sad.
yeah, no. This is it's a sad situation. Like you said, I mean, I don't think that you try to troll the Buckeyes by going and getting cupcakes and balloons
Yeah.
and all the signage. I mean,
Mhm.
there's an Ohio State flag. That's
You
an
don't do
Ohio
all
State
that, Mike. You
flag.
don't
Like,
do all that just to say no to Ohio State.
yeah, that's it's really a unfortunate opportunity. But yes, when this kid turns 18, he can have a say in that. But I mean, it's really an unfortunate situation when
Mhm.
you're talking about your life for the rest of your life. You can't even agree with it on your parents, or your parents can't realize like, hey, this is my son's life. He needs to be happy. And it's also just as a parent, it's like, where is your awareness with mental health and stuff like that with these kids? And you're talking about the hardest years this kid is going to go through, where he's going to be going through workouts no matter where he's at, where he's going to contemplate, hey, do I want to do football or anything like this? Hell, shit, he might be at Tennessee and be like, damn, I do not want to be at Tennessee. Does not make me love football. Then
Yeah.
what, mom? Think about stuff like that. Like, you have to think about stuff like that. A program, a coach can change whether a kid loves football or not. We've
Yeah.
heard the stories. Kids, I thought that I was going to be done. G. Scott, he was headed back out west, about to leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be a reason or something that makes the kid want to be at these programs, and you can't take it away from them. It's really, really sad. I'm just going to be praying for this young man and his family.
Man, same here, man. Because Legend Bay, man, if y'all don't know about him, that's elite athleticism, elite speed, elite skill of a good young man. And so, hopefully it all. Hey, I pray and hope it all works out for him, because he deserves the best. You've not only have you done the work on the field to get to this point, but you've done the work in the classroom. Because if you don't do the work in the classroom in high school, Mike, you can't get this far.
Facts.
So, and that's on him. And so, shout out to him, man. And I hope nothing for the best for him. With that being said, Mike, I mean, do you want to talk about the transfer portal?